My life before Christ, I lived in the church most of my life. I believed in Christ. I believed in his sacrifice, but I felt like I believed it more for my father than I believed it for myself. When I was 15, my father and I had a falling out. It led me to moving out when I was 15 years old. During that time frame, I moved in with my mother in Pennsylvania. But even during that time, I was still pretty troubled, and my mother and I didn't really see eye to eye. Things started to get a little bit more sour during my teenage years. I ended up living on the streets, homeless. Shortly after, I decided that I wanted to join the military. And while I was in the military, I found myself into more trouble. That turned into a situation where I was accused of some things that I didn't do, which led me to being imprisoned for a year. When I placed my faith in Christ, it took a while. My mother, who we spoke about earlier, we now have a great relationship. She wanted me to go to church. I was really against it. And over time, I just decided to start visiting churches just to kind of get to know God on my own terms. So I knew about Northridge. Pastor Drew played football in the G&T league, and I've played football in that league for quite some time. So I knew his face, I knew who he was. And so I started coming to Northridge. My mother also started coming with me. So yeah, I think that she was a really big part of why I started placing my faith in Christ, is because I knew the struggles that she went through and the struggles that her and I went through, and she was still faithful to God and still faithful to the process of me still serving God. More recently, in the last couple years, I started a business, and during that time, I was just nervous about some of the moves I had to make, and I realized that if I just continued doing the things my way, that I wasn't going to get the results I wanted. And I decided to just surrender myself to God and give him my life. The gospel has really impacted my life by just seeing it come to fruition, where I'm coming to church every week. I'm praying for stability in my home and for my family to be a part of that journey with me. And then I started seeing that my wife was more interested in coming into church. And then my kids started coming. Now we're all coming to church, and that's the part of my journey that I feel like God is really starting to open up doors for me, where it's not just me doing this by myself, that my family's involved now, and God has a plan for our home. So I want to get baptized because I feel like for a very long time I've ran away from God. And now that I'm living for his purpose, like, I feel like I want to recommit myself. I feel like God has given me an opportunity to live the life I live so I can have a testimony, and I want to serve him wholeheartedly for myself and not for the people that, brought me into church. I want to do it for me now.